Welcome back to Hockey Central. Merrick Stewart born. And before we get to our next guest and his feature, I got to ask you, Justin. First day, Hockey Central. Smooth sailing? All good? Painless?
I mean, I'm nervous. I'm hanging in there, I think.
Yeah.
But it's going okay.
Okay, it's about to get real awkward.
Okay.
It's about to get real painful because Matt Marchese, our producer, is aboard.
I can't do this anymore. Like, you know what? It was real quiet yesterday without you here, troublemaker. Like, at least rip on the new guy.
I feel like I'm the guy should have a grace period here.
No. First day I was in here, I got ripped on.
We haven't figured out what rookie lap's going to be yet. That's what
I'm-
we do have to figure out. I
I'm
think
waiting for the
since
initiation.
Since he's jumping in on a Thursday. Like, who jumps in on a Thursday? Yeah. Justin Bourne, jumping in on a Thursday.
Should wait till Monday.
Wait till Monday? We got all weekend, you and me, to percolate on what we're going to do, Stewie?
Yeah.
For 2 months, he was harder to find than Jason Bourne. We know that.
I'll be bringing in croissants or something. I don't know. Soften the blow here.
All right. This is Matty has questions. So we conclude every broadcast, as you well know, Justin, with questions from our producer, Matt Marchese. What's on the menu today, Matt?
All right. So there's a lot of teams that we perceive to be out of it already. I think that's a pretty safe bet. So of the teams that we think are out, who of these could get back into the playoff conversation? So we got New Jersey, Columbus, Minnesota, San Jose, LA, Ottawa, and Detroit. And I think we can take out the last three.
Columbus. And here's why. Columbus isn't done. You're Jarmo Kekalainen. You tried to offer sheet Mitch Marner in the offseason. They weren't too thrilled with the term on the deal, so the offer sheet was never submitted because they couldn't arrive at one. You're Jarmo Kekalainen. You still have Werenski, Jones. I still think that, Savard and Murray, when he's healthy, are an outstanding pair as well. Cam Atkinson, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Josh Anderson. You have a real good team still. You don't go fishing for someone like Mitch Marner, and then if you don't get him, say, well, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
I still see Kekalainen going big game hunting here and bringing in someone for that push in a division that I know the Islanders are hot right now, Stewie. I know you love
Stewie's
yourself some
boys.
Islanders. But the Washington Capitals are the class of that division. Afterwards, there's still question marks. I think there's playoff spots there to be had. I think Kekalainen knows with one trade, they could be right back in that conversation.
For me, it's got to be the New Jersey Devils, just based on the fact that they're still courting Taylor Hall, so they might be making some moves to improve that already improved roster. Hughes, Subban, Gusev, Simmons, Heischer. That's a pretty good lineup. So for them to struggle and for the whole entire season, it's too good of a lineup to continue to struggle. They've won, I think, 4 games out of the last 6 as of late. I think they're turning it around.
All right, new guy, what do you got?
I have the correct answer, which, unlike those two, which is the San Jose Sharks. The San Jose Sharks, to me, to move the needle, to claw out of the basement, you need talent, you need elite players, you need Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson and Timo
Goaltending.
Meier and Logan Couture. And, well, the goaltending isn't as bad as it's been.
Wait, you don't like Aaron Dell?
I also think that division, outside, like Vegas is good. Vegas is, I think, the best team in that division, but there's not really a team otherwise that I'm like, I don't know.
You don't think Vancouver's legit?
I think they're legit enough to get in playoffs in a soft division, but I think San Jose is too. So I think the Sharks are the team that'll find their way. Also a competitive GM there too. No,
What's happened to, how come Karlsson and Burns don't shoot anymore?
I don't know.
What
Burns
has happened there?
Yeah, that's actually a major red flag because that's Brent Burns in a nutshell. He's shooting it from every single spot on the
Everywhere.
ice. So
Yes.
if he's not getting shots, you start to go, uh-oh.
All right, this may be a little bit deeper, but we'll get through it. We've seen it in the NBA where free agents decide that they want to create a super team and they decide where they want to go.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen that in the NHL. I think the only time we kind of saw it was when Paul Correa and Teemu Solani went to Colorado.
Yep. And
Why
then,
don't-
and then Korea got injured right away.
Yeah, why don't we see that?
Why don't we see that?
Yeah.
You guys.
Well,
you guys
no,
played-
but
The cap.
no one makes it to free agent, to UFA status in the NHL. I mean, John Tavares is the last, he's a big name, but how often do you get a couple of guys? I think you see guys in the NBA sign shorter contracts. There's a shorter max term limit. So you see guys getting to UFA status more often, and it's easier to plan. In the NHL, you kind of lock your guys up for, particularly when there was no term length and you had Suter and Parise do 13-year deals. I think that's probably part of the reason it's less common in hockey.
Is that the nature of the physicality of the sport too, and just the shelf life seemingly is a lot less than in
I
the
want to
NBA?
lock in long term because it's
long-term.
because a big question mark.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There was some talk around the NHL about during the next round of CBA negotiations, which will be this round of CBA negotiations, to lower the term, max term. Okay. And there was the belief that the NHL was looking at capping it at 5 years. Right now, with your own team, it's 8. And I think watching what's happened with the NBA, how teams can be completely decimated with players matching up their free agency and leaving, I think that sent a chill into the NHL. Watching what had happened to basketball, and NHL people at the Office of America is saying, ooh, I don't know that I want that to happen to our sports.
Right. So, but where's the priority? Because I can see that if I own an NHL team, I don't like that. I understand that that's not great. But if you're running the NHL,
But but don't forget, like they're profoundly different sports. So like basketball, you match it up, and 2 players can impact a team greatly.
Very true.
Whereas in the NHL, you can have 2 superstars join a team and still like look at Vegas.
Yeah.
Like those were all cast-offs.
Yep.
Like that was okay, not wanted on the voyage, and next thing you know, they're right in there in the Stanley Cup final with the Caps. You have a theory on this one, Stewie, why we don't see it?
I think as hockey guys, they spend enough time in the offseason together with their buddies. They don't want to see them during the season because it'll be a complete write-off. They'll be happy. Their wives won't be happy. It'll be a mess.
Keep the wives lounge at all costs. Keep the wives lounge happy. You got a blitz one for
I got
us?
a quick one. Since it's November, Movember's here. Best mustache ever in the NHL. I'll go with Dennis Maroon.
Oh, the good Fu Manchu. Man, a lot of them had great ones in the 70s. I mean, Lanny is always the standard. Lanny's a standard bearer.
If I can twist the question, does anyone have a good one right now?
No.
Sam Bennett?
Nate Thompson.
Well, Sam
Nate
Bennett.
Thompson's got a big one going.
Yeah. Sam Bennett's trying to channel his inner Lanny McDonald, too.
I appreciate Austin Matthews. I like the attempt at what's happening.
I like that he's not backing down.
I do too.
Really hard.
Right in the face of all the pushback.